Good evening and welcome to ICU TV News. Here are the stories making headlines. Sustainable mining takes center stage as investing in Africa mining indaba closes. Increased rainfall expected as cyclone Gezani impacts Zambia. 8-month-old baby dies in Ndola after alleged domestic violence incident. In international news, at least 21 dead after boat sinks on Sudan's River Nile. And in sports news, Uganda under-20 team arrives in Ndola ahead of Saturday's match against Zambia. The investing in Africa mining indaba has officially come to a close in Cape Town, South Africa, with a strong call for sustainable and responsible mining across the continent. As the exhibition wrapped up, delegates took part in various sessions focusing on sectors' biggest challenges, including concerns raised by young professionals and what the future of employment in African mining could look like. Our reporter Miran Gamani gives us more details in the following report.
The investing in African mining indaba has officially come to a close here in Cape Town, with a strong call for sustainable and responsible mining across the continent. As the exhibition wrapped up, discussions continued across various sessions, from what young professionals see as the mining sector's biggest challenge to what the future of employment in African mining will look like. Industry leaders, investors and innovators gathered to explore solutions aimed at strengthening growth while ensuring long-term benefits for African economies. ZCCM Investment Holdings Corporate Affairs Manager Luis Zambatha said as the indaba concluded, the company had strengthened its mandate and successfully engaged several mining stakeholders. Zambatha said the platform allowed ZCCM IH to map out growth opportunities and reinforce its strategic objectives within the sector.
So as a company, our objective here, as we leave this day, the last day of the indaba, we are leaving strengthened, our mandate strengthened, and our objectives achieved. And as a company, we engaged several mining conglomerates who to partner with. As you know, the theme has been stronger foundation building partnerships. As a company, we've mapped the growth, and our objective was anchored on that theme.
Tontrack Chief Executive Officer William H. Butler said the company's goal at the indaba was to connect with potential partners from across Africa. Butler says Tontrack is building a digital highway of information to improve efficiency, transparency, and collaboration within the mining industry.
Our goal here at African Mining Indaba is to connect with other potential partners from across Africa because we are building a digital highway of information. So as the product flows over the corridors to the ports, we are building a digital highway along those corridors so that we can make the information about where those ores are, where those cargoes are, visible to the stakeholders along the route.
Meanwhile, EcoBank local account manager Nelson Walia said the indaba provided an opportunity to engage directly with mining owners and chief executives. Walia said the bank is positioning itself to support mining firms, not only in mineral extraction, but also in value addition initiatives.
Our coming to investors indaba 2026, we've had chance to interact and connect with mining owners, CEOs, and we've added value in terms of structuring transactions that brings value. One key thing that we've picked is that we want to support the mining firms not only on extraction but also in terms of value addition. So that is very key. But for this to happen, a lot of governments have to invest in infrastructure so that they can attract that needed investment.
As the 2026 Investing in African Mining Indaba came to a close, stakeholders left with renewed commitments to innovation, sustainability and inclusive growth, setting the tone for the future of African mining. For ICU TV News, I'm Miriam Deborah Gamani in Cape Town, South Africa.
The Zambia Meteorological Department has advised members of the public to limit outdoor activities and remain vigilant as Cyclone Gezani is expected to trigger increased rainfall, thunderstorms, and lightning across the country. According to the latest update from the department, the tropical cyclone made landfall on Madagascar's eastern coast on February 10, 2025, packing wind speeds of up to 148 kilometers per hour. Authorities are closely tracking its movement as it progresses from Mozambique. The department says the system is likely to enhance rainfall over Zambia through interaction with the Intertropical Convergence Zone. Residents have been warned of widespread rains with periods of heavy downpours that could result in flooding, particularly in low-lying areas and along riverbanks. The Zambia Meteorological Department, in collaboration with the Disaster Management and Mitigation Units, have assured the public that it will continue monitoring the situation and issuing timely updates. The inflation outlook for Zambia has improved significantly, with projections indicating that it will fall within 6 to 8% target band in 2026, earlier than previously anticipated. The Bank of Zambia has announced a 75 basis point reduction in the monetary policy rate to 13.5%, citing a faster than expected slowdown in inflation. As of January 2026, inflation stood at 9.4%, its first single-digit reading in nearly 3 years, having eased from 12.3% in September 2025 and 11.2% in December. The improvement is attributed to several factors, including the appreciation of kwacha, high copper prices, increased mining output, and improved foreign exchange inflows. Favorable agricultural prospects and carryover food stocks have also supported food supply. The central bank's decision to ease borrowing conditions is expected to lead to a gradual decline in lending rates, providing relief to businesses and households.
The cost of borrowing money in Zambia is cheaper right now because the Bank of Zambia decided it should be. They cut the monetary policy rate 75 basis points. That's just about 0.75%. This is the rate that influences what commercial banks charge on loans. When it comes down, borrowing for businesses, mortgages, car loans, and working capital should gradually become cheaper. But they didn't just wake up and cut rates. They did it because inflation is falling faster than expected. Look at the progression Dr. Denny Kalalia, Bank of Zambia, showed.
The last projection, it was projected to be 7.6%, and for the 3 quarters in the year, it was at 6.6%. So you can see that there is further progress in terms of the reduction in inflation. Then we turn on to the foreign exchange market. We have already been talking, or we have heard about the appreciation of the kwacha. So the kwacha appreciated further in the 4th quarter by 4.1%. The previous quarter, it had appreciated by 3.1% against the US dollar. This was supported by the pickup in foreign exchange supply and the improved market sentiments. So the chart on the right gives you graphically what was happening. You see there's that line there in the middle where some charts, some bars are below.
Even more important, their updated projections show inflation dropping just between 6 and 8%, target band faster than they thought back in November. In fact, the new forecast suggests it could even touch or dip below 6% before stabilizing. That is not small progress. Why is this important? First, the kwacha strengthened In fourth quarter alone, it appreciated by 4.1% after already gaining 3.1% in the previous quarter. Then January recorded an even stronger appreciation that has continued into February. A stronger currency reduces the cost of imports like fuel and fertilizer. That feeds directly into lower inflation. Second, agriculture is looking better. We still have carryover food stocks, and the current farming season is expected to be favorable. More supply in the market means less pressure on food prices. Third, copper prices are at historic highs and mining output has increased. More export earnings means more foreign exchange in the...
We now take our first break. Local stories coming up.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance, qualifications, National Registration Card, NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Welcome back. Now in local stories. An 8-month-old baby girl of Misundu area in Ndola has died following an alleged domestic violence incident involving her parents. The incident occurred around 02 hours on February 10, 2026, and the child has been identified as Nandi Zulu. Police say the suspect, her father, David Zulu, allegedly struck the infant during a marital dispute. Neighbors rushed the child to Arthur Davison Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The body is in Ndola Teaching Hospital mortuary awaiting a postmortem, while the suspect is on the run and police investigations are ongoing. Police spokesperson Godfrey Chilabi says the motive behind the incident has not yet been established and officers are actively pursuing the suspect as inquiries continue. Residents of Mulima area, about 30 kilometers from Serenje district along Serenje Mukushi Road, swarmed an accident scene and looted diesel from a Sino-truck tanker. The incident occurred after the truck was involved in an accident, drawing crowds who rushed to siphon fuel from the tanker. Authorities have since warned against such acts, stressing that looting accident scenes not only endangers life but also hampers emergency response efforts.
Villagers swamped the area, carrying buckets to collect the leaking fuel. The Sino-truck fuel tanker registration T136 EPC, belonging to Oleg Energies, overturned about 30 kilometers from Serenje on the Serenje Mkushi Road at Mulilima.
Achiva overspeed. So kwachiva ku side uku kwachiva ka moto kakaiti akachipakinga achachita talk time drive. So watsala uzingira speed, I mean ko na ngani atsala uzingira speed less than a kilometer. behind.
So
Central Province Permanent Secretary Milna Mwanakampwe has visited the accident scene, where he found looters still attempting to siphon the spilled diesel.
So uliowa atapa amafuta ba polisi balero leshapa eyo twala pera as an example ala maseos.
Serenge District Officer Commanding Kayombo Chiabi has explained to the Permanent Secretary how the accident occurred.
I think one of the compartments is actually open, and that's where the fuel is coming from. However, we've managed the situation. Most of the people are trying to route, but we are managing and trying to ensure that the fuel is not routed.
Mwanakampwe has warned that diesel can be hazardous and poses serious safety risks.
Wekele nkunganda bonse. Ife fikopo ife mkwete fiwe sheni. Nakona kwesho kwikata ko. Mwana kwati ba polisi babi. Imyeo yenu echikankala.
A 60-year-old man from Hamoya village in Moses Mwanza chiefdom has died after being shot in his home by an unidentified individual on 10 February 2026 around 24:50 hours. The deceased has been identified as Peterson Muzinza, who sustained a gunshot wound in the groin area. Incident reports indicate that on 9 February 2026, around 20 hours, the deceased and his wife, 53-year-old Ronika Mwemba, retired to sleep in their house. In the early hours of the following day, the wife heard a knock on the door from an unknown male person asking for directions to the village headman's house, which she gave without opening the door. Shortly thereafter, the wife heard noise at the bedroom window and observed two unknown male persons outside, one suspected to be armed with a firearm. Southern Province Commissioner of Police, Mono Namalongo, confirmed that the victim's wife narrated that the intruders later forced entry into the house and proceeded to the bedroom. He said the wife was threatened to remain silent, after which one of the intruders shot the deceased in the groin area before fleeing the scene. Mr. Namalongo said the suspects remain at large while investigations are ongoing to bring them to book. Police in Chipata, Eastern Province, have arrested a 25-year-old woman for allegedly pouring hot water on her 26-year-old boyfriend, causing serious burns on his back. Eastern Province Police Commissioner Robertson Mwemba confirmed the incident, which occurred on Tuesday, February 10, 2026, at Mtenguleni area, and identified the suspect as Tendai Nyirenda and the boyfriend as Yelesani Piri. Mr. Mwemba said the incident occurred when the victim went to the accused place to discuss a pregnancy claim, which he denied responsibility. He said when the victim denied responsibility, the suspect allegedly squeezed his neck and in the process poured hot water on him. Mr. Mwemba said the victim is currently admitted to Chipata Central Hospital, where he is receiving treatment for the burns, and police medical report form has been issued. You're still watching ICU TV Main News. We take another break. Coming up is international and sports news.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
as the best graduating student, masters in the School of Humanities. Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We kickstart your day with our headline pick, with the top stories making news.
Then we go deeper in our story pick, where we break down issues that matter the most to you.
From the Health Desk, we share simple tips to keep you healthy and informed.
Or plus a fitness minute to get your body moving before the day begins.
And trending now, what's hot on social media?
Hello Zambia, my name is Amina Mutambo.
And I am Moluwa Eric J. Mwanamajende, and we bring to your screens the ICU TV Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, and now in international news. A medical group has told the BBC that at least 21 people have died after a passenger boat sank in River Nile state in northern Sudan. The boat was traveling between the villages of Taiba Akawad and Dame Akwarai, carrying nearly 30 passengers, including women, elderly people, and children, the Sudan Doctors Network said. Authorities in River Nile State said that on Thursday that 21 bodies had been recovered, AFP news agency reported. Eyewitnesses said the boat capsized due to high waves on Wednesday evening in the Shendi area. In an earlier statement, the medical group said 6 people had survived. The group urged authorities to deploy specialized rescue teams and equipped to accelerate search efforts. It urged authorities to take immediate measures to ensure river transport safety and prevent the recurrence of such disasters that claim innocent lives. He said many of the boats operating on the Nile were privately owned and that authorities lacked proper regulatory systems and safety measures. River Nile State, where the boat accident occurred, has been largely spared from the frontline fighting through the border instability has strained resources and infrastructure nationwide. Still in international news, North Korean leader Kim Jong has selected his daughter as his heir, South Korea's spy agency told lawmakers on Thursday. Little is known about Kim Joo, who in recent months has appeared alongside her father at high-profile events, including a visit to Beijing in September. Including a visit to Beijing in September, her first known trip abroad. The National Intelligence Service said it considered a range of circumstances, including her growing public presence at official events, in making this assessment. The agency added that it will closely monitor whether she attends the North's Party Congress later this month, the country's largest political gathering held once every 5 years. We take our last break. Coming up is sports news.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Thank you for staying with us. And now in sports news, the Uganda under-20 national team has arrived in Ndola ahead of Saturday's match against Zambia. The team touched down at Simon Mwanza-Kapwepwe International Airport at 11:55 hours. Uganda hosted Zambia a week ago in the first leg of the third round of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup Poland 2026 qualifiers. The match will kick off at 15 hours at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, and team that wins the second leg will qualify for the final round, where they will face either Ghana or South Africa. Tickets for the match are already on sale at all ShopRite outlets. South, North, and East Wing tickets are priced at 20 kwacha, West Wing tickets at 50 kwacha, and VIP tickets at 100 kwacha. Well, that sports item brings us to the end of our main news, but before we go, here are the stories making headlines. Sustainable mining takes center stage as investing in African mining indaba closes. Increased rainfall expected as cyclone Gezani impacts Zambia. 8-month-old baby dies in Ndola after alleged domestic violence incident. In international news, at least 21 dead after boat sinks on Sudan's River Nile. And in sports news, Uganda under-20 team arrives in Ndola ahead of Saturday's match against Zambia. Thank you so much for watching ICU TV main news. For more news updates, do follow our Facebook page ICU TV and watch our main news tomorrow at 20 hours and our website at icutv.zm.com. Have a pleasant evening.